This is the Inferno Podcast, the official podcast of UAB Athletics. Blazer fans, this is the place each week to get an inside look into UAB Athletics. This episode of the Inferno Podcast is brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and Pearl River Resort. Welcome into the Inferno Podcast. It's episode 25. I'm your host, Landrum Roberts. This episode rundown is brought to you by Legacy Credit Union, the official credit union of UAB Athletics. Busy show, as always. UAB Athletics Director Mark Ingram. Very busy week last week on the south side for the green and gold and the men's and women's athletics programs. Coming up this week, another busy slate as we transition from winter sports into spring. Mark's going to join us. Also, our Coach's Corner, Coach Andy Kennedy, talking about the UAB Blazers. Right now, UAB on a roll. Hopefully that continues through American Conference play as the conference tournament and all-important seeding coming up not too long from right now. Also coming up, we have our Student Athletes of the Week, Yaxel Lindeborg, return appearance. Also, Christian Coleman. We'll talk basketball. We'll talk life with those two as well. Episode 25, the Inferno Podcast. Stay with us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Trent Dilfer here, head football coach of the UAB Blazers. I want to tell you about my friends at Legacy Credit Union. Legacy began as University Credit Union in 1955 and remains committed to UAB faculty, students, alumni, and fans. Not only do they support the Birmingham community, but they are also proud sponsors of UAB and UAB Athletics. Visit LegacyCreditUnion.com and find out why you should become a member today.
The Inferno Podcast, Blazer fans, we've made it really, really easy for you. There's a lot of different ways that you can consume this podcast each and every week, and we certainly appreciate you doing that. But you're going to appreciate it because we're going to keep you up to date on everything going on within the athletics program, the green and gold. YouTube, it's pretty simple. At Inferno Podcast UAB, like, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your family about it, your friends, your neighbors, spread it around the office. This thing is going to catch fire, literally. Appreciate you joining us there on YouTube, but also Instagram. You can find us Inferno_pod on Twitter, or the X if you prefer, at InfernoPod_UAB. On Facebook, that's kind of the OG, right? UAB Athletics. You can find it there on Facebook. And, of course, you can go to UABsports.com. We got links. We got all different ways. There is no excuse for you to miss the Inferno Podcast.
As UAB athletes, there's nothing we like more than the Lord of Christ.
Around here, we say we win as one.
One.
And to keep cheering for the green and gold.
There's one thing we need from you.
Ask your doctor about an RSV vaccine.
And help protect everyone.
Our littlest Blazers and our most seasoned fans are most at risk from RSV.
Ask about your RSV vaccine today.
So we can all stay in the game.
And win as one.
Welcome back into the Inferno Podcast. Landrum Roberts along with UAB Athletics Director Mark Ingram. It is time for your weekly update. It's always presented by our friends at the Alabama Department of Public Health to help protect all UAB fans. Ask your doctor about your RSV vaccine today so we can all win as one. Mark Ingram, winning as one. That is exactly what the Blazer Athletics program did this past week.
The Mighty Blazers had a really good week. I'm talking about men's tennis, women's tennis, both basketball teams. Softball started off great. They're 4-1. Man, it's been a good week. Yeah.
How does that affect you personally? Just from your mindset, how you carry on. Do you wear the losses on your shoulders?
No, you can't do that. Not in this business. But I mean, you want to win, and so it's really satisfying too. We've had Taylor Smart on the show. I love seeing a coach come in like she's done and bring the energy she's brought and then start off really well. Now, look, it's not like they played the top 5 teams in the country, but when you are starting the season, you really don't know what you look like until you get out on the field and have to go play against somebody else. You've been in practice and you go, yeah, I think we look pretty good. Kind of feel, we're hitting the ball pretty well. Yeah, but you're facing your own pitchers who the hitters know really well. It's just not the same. You can't really simulate a game in practice, and so yeah, that's fun to see. And our 2 tennis teams, we only have 4 tennis courts, so to do as well as they're doing they're punching above their weight class in a lot of ways. And so I'm really excited to see, Matt Coomer is our new tennis coach, and he's taking the team and doing really well year one as well. So we're excited about it.
Talk about Taylor Smart. Let's go back to softball and breeding confidence early when you have a new coach coming in, a new staff coming in, and a lot of those players, everybody kind of familiarizing themselves. But getting those 4 wins there in Mobile against South Alabama in that invite, not against South Alabama. They opened up against a good South Alabama team, fell in the opener 4-1, but they go and win 4 straight. How about Tate Davidson, her collegiate debut, and she goes no.
No hitter. She's a freshman from Vestavia right here in Birmingham, and true freshman, no hitter in her first collegiate start, which is awesome. And that's the other part, right? When I was talking about you don't know what you're going to have, you don't know how you recruit a young lady like that. You think she can do well. You have no idea though until she gets out in the circle in that environment at a higher level. Will she be able to perform? Will she crumble? Will the nerves get the best of her? You just have no idea. And we lost some really good players, one of which, Olivia Volbach, who I don't know if she's the best player we've ever had. Let me tell you this. She's got to be the most well-rounded player we've ever had. She started at shortstop for 4 years. She was probably our second best pitcher for 4 years, and she batted like top 4 in the lineup for 4 years. I mean, that is incredible. And, oh, by the way, she's also a research scientist and going to go to medical school, and she's been working on cures for cancer just for the rest of us. So, what else could this young lady do, right? And we lost her last year along with some other really key players. So, again, you're moving people around the infield and trying to figure that out. Now, baseball starts this weekend. Casey thinks he's got more pitching, which is the name of the game in both of those sports. So, really, really looking forward to the spring.
Absolutely. Softball back at home this weekend. So if you get a chance, and it's surely a home game for me, it's walking distance, but you get the Sanford Invitational coming up Saturday morning, 11 a.m. as the Blazers take on Indiana State. Then they're going to take on Sanford at 1:30 Sunday against Indiana State once again at 1:30. So go and catch Coach Taylor Smart and the Blazers, the new look Blazers, off to a great start. You mentioned baseball, and they're going to be taking on Maryland in Charleston, South Carolina. I think this is an interesting name for a college baseball tournament, the Swig and Shine Classic.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not going to guess. I know what it leads me to think.
Yeah,
potentially what that could be, but just sounds like a whole lot of just American fun.
Well, Charleston's a great place.
It is.
I'm sure they're going to have a good time, but that's not what we're there to do. We're on a work trip. We're on a business trip, Landrum. We're there to win.
That's exactly right.
Get locked in and focus and, either stick and ball and whatnot, and hit it and throw it. And
station to station.
Just one at a time.
Baseball taking on Maryland Friday at 3:30. Saturday versus Mercyhurst at 11 a.m. That might be a new one on me. And then also Saturday versus Townsend. Sunday versus a very good Ball State team that was very good in the MAC last season. You mentioned business trip. Women's basketball, congratulations, Coach Norton. Great win this past weekend as they beat Charlotte 86-80. Jade Weathersby, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago, career high 27 points. But an exciting announcement. We're all going to Cancun.
Yay!
Right? Next year?
Why not? Let's all go.
It's on the schedule.
Yep.
It's late November, but I'm in.
Yeah, why not? Spend your Thanksgiving in Cancun with women's basketball.
That would be great. It's a business trip.
It is a work trip.
Yeah. Inferno, we go down there, right?
On location.
On location.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move. Molly Engineer, you in?
Molly Engineer says thumbs up.
She's in. She goes thumbs up.
Who doesn't want Cancun?
Everybody wants Cancun.
Okay. You mentioned men's tennis. They're going to host Troy coming up this Friday at the Hoover Met Tennis Center, 2 p.m. for Serve Women's Tennis hosting Minnesota. Saturday, 3 p.m. there at the Hoover Met. How about bowling? This is the season that just keeps on giving. It's like NASCAR.
Yeah.
They have their Midwinter Invitational versus Arkansas State coming up this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, they're your top 25 bowling team, by the way, nationally ranked. So, yeah, they're having the best season they've had in easily 5 years, and yeah, Michelle Cruz is a great lady, and she's been our coach. She precedes me. I inherited Michelle. She's an awesome person, and the team really, you can see there's a real affection that the team has for her, and vice versa. It's a really great relationship that they have, and they're rolling it straight down the lane, man. They're playing well and competing, and we're proud of them.
Can't forget about women's track coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday. They are at Vanderbilt, so they take on the Commodores. But a lot of good things happening. And you mentioned golf. Don't want to forget about golf there.
Yeah. Women's golf and men's golf have both started their spring season. Most people don't realize this. They actually play fall tournaments, and so they're a bit like basketball in that they go fall and spring. Track is that way sort of with cross country and indoor outdoor, but yeah, so they've started their spring season. So Charlie Hoyle, our new men's coach, has got them ready to play, and their tournament they're playing right now actually. So we'll see how they do.
The last time we visited, though, there was some, obviously with the unfortunate news of the LA wildfires and everything going on, but beach volleyball at UAB being the host school, and that is put on most years. It's kind of become like the Omaha of college baseball or the Oklahoma City of women's college softball. Gulf Shores hosting the NCAA Beach. They were set to start it back in just a couple of years while LA was going to serve as the host this year and next year. But because of those wildfires, we're going to be busy in May once again.
Yeah, that's right. So when it became an NCAA sport, we became the host. We put a bid in to host down at Gulf Shores. And if you're familiar with Gulf Shores, and a lot of our listeners are, it's right in front of the Hangout. If you know where the Hangout's at, if you know Gulf Shores, you know where the Hangout is. So it's right in front of the Hangout. It is the week before. It has timed out to be the week before the Hangout Music Festival. And so they've got all these tents and things set up, which we use as like changing areas and, like coaches, not offices, but areas where the coaches and teams can go. Officials and other people that are affiliated with the event can go. It's just an awesome setup. And I mean, the people in Gulf Shores, their Convention and Visitors Bureau folks do a fantastic job really making it special. ESPN comes in. I mean, I just need you to picture on the beach this crane holding this, I don't know how big it is. It looks like a billboard.
It's huge.
Video board.
It's huge.
Out there. So you can see the score on the video board. They got music playing. They bring in these, out on the beach, they bring these palm trees in. And they've got sod that creates like sidewalks around the perimeter. And then they've got, these Adirondack type chairs all over the place. My wife and I went a few years ago, and we were in the middle of it. I said, how about this? This is pretty great. She goes, you played the wrong sport. Yes, I did.
It's one of my favorite events that I work.
It's cool,
every
man.
single year. And I do the announcing, and I've done it now. This will be the 15th year back when it was still the AVCA and not recognized as an NCAA sport. You're right. The people who have not been down there, go and get treated just at the event and the venue itself.
It's just a fun, relaxing. If you like sports and you like the beach, it's a fun time. And so, we hosted it when it became an NCAA sport. We became the first host, and we did it for the first, 6 or 7 years. And then, as you indicated, LA put a bid in to get it. Unfortunately, that they can't. They were going to get it for 2, and then we already have it scheduled for the next 4 after that. So it was coming back to Gulf Shores anyway. So it's good that we and mainly Gulf Shores knows how to run it. So for the sake of the student athletes, they can run that event, and they'll never know the difference. So I don't know if it'll go back to LA next year. I mean, it's scheduled to, but we'll see. With everything going on.
Always keep an eye on Ted Feely that week because he is very fair-skinned, and we have to make sure that he has
sunscreen.
Make him go like 80.
Yep, sunscreen is
full
important.
brim hat.
Melanoma, man. I've had it. Don't get it.
No, it's bad. By the way, if you don't like sports and you don't like the beach, then you can pound sand.
Yeah.
And you probably wouldn't like that because you don't like the beach.
That's like saying apple pie and mama and
I heard a rumor once, speaking of the Hangout Music Fest, that Elton John, and you'll like this, but there was a proposal for him to play, and they could have made it happen. There's only one catch. Elton John hates sand. Hates sand.
So much so that he wouldn't play the show?
Yes. Yep.
That's great.
It was from the way I understood the conversation. It was called to Elton's agent, and then he said, "Well, you know how much it's going to cost." So he gave the dollar amount, and then they showed this is what we have available to go. And then it was, well, I'll go ahead and tell you, he's never going to play it because Elton hates the sand.
That's ridiculous, and I kind of love that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want to be that person that was trying to manage through that, but I think that's hilarious.
It is hilarious. Funny. Andy Kennedy, men's basketball coach. We're going to have 2 of our student athletes of the week joining us, Chris Coleman and Yax. But man, what an exciting Monday night that was for basketball. The last time that we convened there to watch the Blazers in men's basketball action as they took on North Texas.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I did glance at you a couple of times. I was a couple of sections over.
Okay.
But there were a couple of times, and I like to be really reserved, and I'm not going to boo officiating, but I was getting a little bit chippy there in the stands.
Well, North Texas is probably the most physical. That's not an insult. No, they are probably the most physical team in the league. Andy has said that, and when Grant McCaslin, who's now at Texas Tech, when he became their head coach, since then, and they promoted from within, and so they still play the same style. Is my point. So for probably like 7-8 years, their defense is incredible. They just do a fantastic job playing defense, which is why the score was so low. I mean, I don't know if this was the lowest we scored all year. Maybe it was certainly in that conversation. I guess we're close, but to be that low scoring and still win was really big. And we didn't shoot the ball great from the outside. That's the one thing we've got to continue to improve upon. Our free throw shooting has improved a lot, and I just think there takes time. Again, when we were talking about this with Taylor Smart and just new players, Andy's bringing in 5 to 7 new guys every year. They got to just understand where to be in that 1-3-1 zone and where to be and how to move the ball around in his offense. And so it's starting to come together. And he has this trend that his teams tend to get a little bit better as the year goes on, which is important. It was a fantastic basketball game though, and we needed that win, which we were tied with them, but because they had beaten us, they had the tie break and we're in second, and now we are. So that's obviously where we want to be, and we'll have Memphis coming back, who's in first place. They'll be coming back to Bartow here in a few weeks. But we play South Florida on Sunday in the Bartow Classic. $2 from every single ticket sold goes to the Cancer Center, to the Bartow
for
Fund.
cancer research.
Yeah, for cancer research. So please show up and show your support, not of just the Blazers, but of our fantastic hospital and the people doing work to keep us all healthy.
Is there anything else we should know for this week in UAB athletics? Anything that you want to touch on?
Oh, there's always something good.
I've got an idea for the extra 2 tennis courts.
What do you want to do?
Well, kind of like a pavilion thing.
Pickleball?
But pickleball. I played that Saturday. I'm still a little sore. I get aggressive. I'm competitive. If I'm going to be out there, we're going to keep score. I'm going to play. Thought I tore an ACL at one point. What if we go elevated platform? We have two tennis courts on top of the 4 that we have, and we take the architects and the people that design the pavilion, the football team. I'm just kind of maybe conserve space. They do it in Asia all the time.
We have space. We've just got to get it all worked out.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on that.
All right.
It's not moving as fast as I would like, but we are working on that. It's an important project for both of our teams and really for our campus. There's students out there all the time playing, faculty out there playing all the time. It's not that cold here. That's one of the great benefits of living in a place like Birmingham. It just doesn't get that cold here. There's a brief period of time, 4 to 8 weeks tops, when you may not want to be out there, but you could be. And other than that, the weather here is so good. There's people outside playing tennis all the time. So, yeah, that's a priority for us.
And pickleball, that's big with the kids.
It is big with the kids. It's funny. I just was at the Board of Trustees meeting last week, and there was talk about pickleball courts on one of the campuses, which is funny.
It's growing sport. It's fastest growing sport in America.
Fastest growing sport in America.
And anybody can play.
According to Landrum.
Even me. That's right. That is This Week in UAB Athletics, a weekly update on everything UAB. Always, you can go to uabsports.com, check out comprehensive schedules, all the latest news, and all of that good stuff. We're going to continue here on the Inferno podcast. Head basketball coach Andy Kennedy, a couple of his great star players going to be joining us. It's the Inferno. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back into the Inferno. Landrum Roberts along with UAB head men's basketball coach Andy Kennedy. This is the Coach's Corner. It is always presented by our friends at Pepsi and Viva Health. Coach, congratulations. It's been a while. We've obviously been following the men's basketball program, and you guys 8-2 in conference play. But I do want to go back to last Monday night versus North Texas. That was awesome, and that was, you don't call it a rock fight. It was just a physical basketball game, and I thought that you rose to the occasion when you knew what North Texas was going to do, and they were going to bring that physical but it seemed like you guys counterpunched very, very well, especially early.
Yeah, the thing they do, Landrum, they just control possessions. So they take the air out of the ball. Shout out Tom Brady. They you're not going to have as many possessions throughout the course of the game. So you don't want to press. You've got to be efficient, and you've got to do a good job of protecting the ball and doing a good job off your offensive glass. Try to create as many opportunities as you can. They're 360th out of 364 teams in Division I basketball as it relates to pace of play. So you know what you are going into, and then you got to have the discipline to maintain the course.
And there were a couple of times where they got bailed out, whether it was deep into the shot clock, and they were able to. And look, they've got some great players, and they really tried to bring the physical game down low. I thought it was interesting how they tried to attack Yaxel Lindeborg in taking some of the things that he does away. But for the most part, especially there in that first half, you guys hit a little bit of a drought, and they were able to knock down some shots. It seemed like it was maybe an 8-point North Texas advantage, but I thought a key in coming off the bench was A.J. Vasquez and making some big shots at a big time when you guys seemed like you needed momentum.
Yeah, it wasn't his most efficient game. He was coming off a great game the game before when he had 26 against Charlotte in that Monday turn, but he's a guy that can get downhill for us. He makes big baskets. I thought he was really, really efficient for us because we struggled from shooting the three. I think we were 3 for 17 in the game. We'd been shooting the ball from three in conference play at about 38%, which was a huge issue for us in the non-league. In league play, we thought we had righted the ship, and then since our last two games at home, we've struggled a little bit in that area. As a result, the floor gets really, really congested around Yax. He's averaging around 4.5 assists a game leading our team. It would be probably closer to 6 if we had the ability to knock down open shots. But A.J. was one of those guys that not only made timely plays, but his ability to get the ball at the basket in a rough and physical game, as you were alluding to, was a huge factor for us.
How tough was the turnaround? Because we talked about it. You were on the road, of course. It started in Memphis, and then Tulsa, you get the win. You come back home, you host a Charlotte team that you should have handled your business, and you certainly did. You're the better basketball team. But then the quick turnaround and having that Monday game against a team like North Texas, did it take a lot from your standpoint from what you do, or did you see some leadership start to emerge or continue to emerge?
Well, it was a quick turn. It's the first time I'd done a Saturday, Monday at UAB, and maybe in my career. Not only that, add to the fact that, Yaxel was certainly not completely healthy. He came into the Charlotte game. We didn't even know if he was going to be able to go. It was a game-time decision. He was battling a little bit of an illness. He came out and he played outstanding. So the adrenaline, IVs helped him get through the game, so he's going to crash after, and he certainly did. So we're looking to see how he's going to respond on Sunday because we know it's going to be a physical, hard-fought game on Monday against a quality team in North Texas. So there were a number of factors in play. I was proud of our guys for being able to meet the physical challenge and make the plays necessary to protect home floor and put ourselves in position to be in sole place in the second place team solely by ourselves in the AAC.
These are organic conversations. So you just said something that I thought of, and I thought, well, while I have Coach Andy Kennedy, I'll ask him, during this time of year, especially with illnesses and different things that's going around, get your RSV vaccine today. But whether it's the flu, whether it's something else, whether it be some kind of virus, a stomach virus, with a basketball team, and just how consolidated you guys are, how tough is that to quarantine, especially when you're traveling on the road? And it is a game time decision.
Well, you have to be super aware. Awareness is the key to life, right? I mean, you got to just be super aware. And we tell our guys all the time, if something's happening with you, let us know so that we can try to get on it. Because it seems like basketball season, January, February, there's a lot of things floating around. And as you said, man, we play about every 2 or 3 days. So you have a kid miss a week, your whole season shifts. So we've been pretty good so far, knock on wood. We've got a good medical staff. They're on top of everything. And we just try to make sure that our guys are diligent in the things that they do in their preparation, taking care of themselves, getting proper sleep, all of the things that we try to control.
Sanitize, wash.
That's right, wash your hands.
All that good stuff. Early in the season, you said at that point in the season, and this was before conference play had started, Coach, you said this team does not embrace hard. This team right now does not enjoy hard. Has that statement changed?
Nah, not to my liking. And again, when you say it, I think we talked about this when we had Yax on a few weeks back, but it's kind of a ridiculous statement. Nobody really likes hard. but you have to embrace it because hard's not going anywhere. I've got a good group. I've got a fun-loving group. I've got a group that has got a good spirit about it. I just want us to be more edged up. I want us to be more laser-focused. I want them to understand. But sometimes also I'm looking at this through the eyes of a 56-year-old, not the eyes of a 20-year-old. And I remember, I'm sure Coach Bartow probably had the same frustrations with me, that kids don't actually view things the way I kind of know what's down the road, and I know what's around the corner, and I know what's going to happen when you get in that ditch, and I'm trying to prepare you for those things. So I want them constantly to be walking on an awareness edge so that they're prepared for the challenges and the opportunities that they have in front of them.
8-2 in conference play, so 8 games left on the conference slate. Would have had one already this week by the time that folks are watching this podcast. Sunday, big one coming up with the Bartow Classic and the cancer research and the donations. $2 of every ticket is going to go to the Gene Bartow Cancer Research Fund there at the O'Neill Comprehensive Cancer Center. But now that we're 10 games into the conference schedule, does it feel like it's been 10 games? It's kind of a loaded question, or has it kind of snuck up on you and like, wow, we're kind of coming down the stretch?
It goes fast. And this week was really odd. We just finished playing 3 games in 6 days, 4 games over 9 days. That's NBA-like. And now we have an 8-day break prior to our game.
You play better defense, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a much better mood. We didn't lose any games in the last 7. I was in a good mood. And, when guys don't do everything that they should do in practice, I deal with it a little bit better than I do in those games. So, it does feel like we just started this thing, but it also feels like we've been on this journey for quite some time. I like the mental place that our kids are. I think we understand our formula. Again, it's just up to us to continue to maintain the discipline necessary to stay to that formula.
2 seed, 3 seed, 1 seed. There's still the standings, and you probably don't want to talk about this, but I have to do it. I owe it to our viewers and our listeners. But what ideally for you, win the rest of your games? I understand that, but is there a mindset in you internally thinking if we can go 7-1 down the stretch, if we can go 6-2, how the overall standings should probably work out when it comes to seeding in the conference tournament?
Last year the league was won at 16-2. I would assume it's going to be 16-2, 15-3 will probably put you right there. Our goal is ultimately to win the league. Sure. We're still in position to do so. Then it's just about getting the double bye, finishing in the top 4 so that you don't have to play until Friday. 3 games in 3 days is easier than 4 in 4, and somebody will have to win 5 because they'll have to play on the first night. I don't think that will be us based on how we started this. So our goal is just literally, I know it sounds boring, I know it sounds like coach speak, but it's just the next one. You're just trying to go 1-0. And now our schedule will finish in the last 4 weeks where we're playing a midweek game and a weekend game, a midweek game and a weekend game, so we'll be able to catch a little bit of rhythm. We've done a good job of protecting home floor, undefeated in AAC play. That needs to continue to be the trend moving forward to give us a chance to compete for a championship. We've still got Memphis in our building here in a few weeks, so we control our own destiny as it relates to that. And then we've got to continue to find a way to win on the road, and it's hard on the road. Coaches say that, but it is. Your margin for error decreases when you go on the road. Huge road challenges ahead as well.
Coming up Sunday, I mentioned the Bartow Classic, and South Florida rolls in. This is a team that you already faced down in Tampa just a few weeks ago. But I know that game, it means a lot to you, number one, because of Coach Bartow, what he meant in your life, both personally and professionally, but also just kind of paying honor to him and what he was able to do here on the South Side and for so many in college basketball.
Yeah, the founding father, obviously, of UAB athletics. I've said this before, but I think every game's the Bartow Classic. That's how I approach it. There's a standard, and when I came back, I didn't shy away from trying to reestablish this program back to the Bartow standard. Again, for those that aren't as familiar with Coach, that simply means competing for championships with the opportunity to play meaningful basketball in the month of March, and we've been able to accomplish that. I hope that this team can as well.
I watch you on the sidelines, and it's fascinating to watch you, and sometimes it's tough to tell. Sometimes it's really easy to tell by your body language of how you're feeling about what's going on the floor. But interesting to watch you because there is an art to it, and I would love for you to explain to our viewers and our listeners about working an official and talking to an official. And you don't seem to lose your head. You seem to be pretty level-headed when you're having these conversations. What is your approach to an official where you see how things are maybe flowing early in a game? Maybe they're letting it go on both ends of the floor. I'm not incriminating anybody. I want to know what is your thought process and how psychologically you deal with some of these officials.
Well, let me say this. First off, when things are happening in live action, everybody that's supporting UAB is looking at it through green and gold glasses. Okay,
yeah,
and myself included, more than anybody. But when you go back and watch the tape, they're right about 95% of the time. There's some bang bangs that may go for you, may go against you. Now with instant replay, now they're not missing very many. I don't really work the officials. I just try to have some communication. I want to make sure that the guys can communicate so that I can communicate that to my players. I want to know what's happening. I want consistency. If you can get consistency and you can get an official that'll communicate with you so that you can then relay that to your players, we're all trying to run the game smoothly. We all want the game to be able to unfold and let the players decide. But ultimately, communication, consistency, those are the keys for me.
I thought after the replay, and I won't say the game, but I thought that there should have been an F1 on the guy that brought the elbow through the chin of Jabari McGee.
Yeah, and that was a bang. Like he got a double foul on a call that I didn't necessarily agree with. And I've got there's ways in which you can express your discomfort or your displeasure with some of the things that happen throughout the course of the game. I don't do a whole lot of that, but I want to make sure that those guys are held accountable as well.
My wife pinched my arm. She was like, "Stop it." I said, "Okay, I'm not going to be that guy."
Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes you got to be that guy.
Sometimes you do. It's Coach Andy Kennedy. Coach, best of luck coming up on Sunday. We're going to be there at Bartow Arena. That's going to be an exciting home game. And Bartow Arena, it's a great environment. Even you get 5,000 fans in there. The acoustics, that's a tough place for an opponent to come and play.
Yeah, I hope our fans, again, I know we had some early season disappointments, but everything is still to play for this team. And when we do have a home court advantage in Bartow, most especially when our students are there and they bring the right energy, it truly gives us a competitive advantage, which we're going to desperately need to finish the season strong.
Okay, thank you so much. Right, congratulations. Keep the wins coming.
All right, thank you.
Coach Andy Kennedy, the Inferno, we continue. Welcome back into the Inferno podcast. Landrum Roberts now being joined by two familiar faces from the hardwood, making a return appearance. Yaxel Lindeborg also joining him. His I don't know. We're just gonna say bestie friend.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Well, you're good with that, yeah. Christian Coleman, or Chris, as some people like to call him. You guys look great. Look at somebody's been to the barber. High and tight, but it looks really good. That's a good look. Not that I hated the dreads and the hair, but you look like you're a little more aerodynamic now.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been feeling a little bit faster too. It's that
faster.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. You still look 6'10".
Yeah, that's.
How
cool
about that?
Yeah,
you good with that?
I looked a little taller before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I mean, yeah, you look like I would have thought that cutting the hair would have made you look shorter, but it doesn't.
Hey, then that's a kudo to me. Then, huh? I'm cool with that.
Chris, you still look really tall. We're off to a glowing start. All right, you guys have been playing really good basketball. Let's go back to the last time that Blazer fans saw you on the court at Bartow, and it was the North Texas game. First of all, Yax, the turnaround. You were not feeling well on Saturday. You don't have to get too into detail about what was going on, but what was that like in being a game-time decision for the game where you guys hosted Charlotte?
Well, the day before, I woke up in the morning and I had like a little stomach pain going on, but I just tried to eat and see if it was like just me being hungry. I ate, had a workout. Then after the workout, it was like an unbearable pain. It was like so I had to go to the bathroom. Didn't work. Before practice started, I ended up throwing up. And then when I got home, I just felt like I was in my deathbed for the rest of the day. I was like, nah, bro, I can't do this. We had a game tomorrow. I wake up, still feeling the same. Be cooked. They gave me an IV, tried to help me out as much as they could. First half, I felt like I was going to die. Second half, I started feeling a little better. But then when I got back home, right back to the beginning, I just couldn't move. And that's how that was. I guess it started getting better eventually, though. Yeah.
Christian, you guys know this is going on. Word has gotten to you that Yax has a stomach bug. Even though you guys are besties, are you staying away from him?
Nah, I gave him a hug.
You gave him a hug?
Yeah.
Golly. That's friendship.
Yeah. I gave him a hug.
Now, if you'd have gotten the stomach ache, though, that would have been probably a problem.
Yeah, it definitely would have been
Right?
a problem. Yeah.
You guys played really, really well because you come off the road trip, get the win at Tulsa, and you come back home, you host a Charlotte team, and you guys knew that if you played your brand of basketball, you were going to beat that Charlotte team. You hold your business. But then you got North Texas on a Monday. Chris, what was that turnaround like in trying to get ready so fast after playing a physical conference game on Saturday versus Charlotte?
It was hard, you know. We had to prepare ourselves because we knew coming into the game it was gonna be a hard game. Every time we play them, it's like AK said, it's a rock fight. So we knew it was gonna be a hard game, and we needed that win because we was trying to keep ourselves up in the standings for the American Conference race for the win of the regular season. So we knew it was gonna be a big game. We needed to win, so we just prepared ourselves and just went out and played good.
In North Texas defensively, and a lot of people try to take this guy away, Yaxel Lindeborg, but I thought you did such a wonderful job when they did do that. You were the inside presence. You were the guy that was the aggressor and going in to get some of those inside physical baskets, especially early when scoring was at a premium.
Mm-hmm. I see how teams be like playing Yaks. They always double team them, triple team them. He's seeing like 3-4 bodies at every play. So when I get it, I try to make sure I'm just handling my business, you know, just go out there and take the load off him some so they can kind of, you know, gravitate towards me a little bit so he can go out there and he can get his butt because he gonna do him like it's Yaks. Like, you know, he gonna do him. So.
It's Yaks.
Yeah. Like,
it's the Joker.
Yeah, he gonna do him. So, I mean, I just be trying to get him to gravitate from him, try to, you know, give him a little leeway so when they paying attention to me, he can go and do what he can do, you know, so that's really what I be trying to do.
When you guys especially that are battling down low and it's so physical and it's fun to watch and you guys responded just perfectly, especially in that game. Is it hard not to get a little chippy when you're having that aggression?
Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys can notice, but I do a lot of like miniature talking while it's going on.
See, it's not that pronounced when you're watching it. You just look like a perfect gentleman out there.
Yeah, no, not at all.
You're talking smack?
A lot, yes.
Really?
I get very
he talks
frustrated.
a lot?
Yes. I get very frustrated during the game because I feel like I'm getting held. So it's always like push him and, you know, saying the things I shouldn't be saying.
Okay. When you say things that you shouldn't be saying, don't say those things here. Yeah. But Chris says no. Really? There's that side of you.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that there was a side of you, but I didn't know that you went.
He's Dominican.
You went NC-17 with some of your comments.
Yeah, I go real bad.
He's Dominican.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's like the silent guy that you got to keep an eye on, but he'll sneak those in there.
He don't.
Do the officials ever have to tell you?
No, I don't say it that loud.
See, that's where the sneakiness comes in, Chris. Yeah. He's sneaky. He gets those comments in, so you don't have the official like, hey, that's enough. Yeah, big
I try
guy.
not to scream it. I just try to go to his ear, say it, and then get out of my way. You know what I'm saying?
So what is that like? Just give us an example. Clean it up for us. What are you saying to the guy?
Let me think about it. Okay, so say if I'm getting grabbed when I'm going for rebound, you know, I would shrug him off, and I'd be like, why you grab me and then get the off me? You know, so that's how it starts off. And then eventually it's a bunch of words that knock somebody down a little bit. And, you know, it was just like a ongoing thing. Then
Do you ever go personal appearance?
Oh, no.
No, you don't go that.
Only one person, but it was,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to say. You don't have to say who it was. There's a lot of, and back when Facebook came about, there was a student section, and it was not UAB, but it was another prominent basketball program from around the state. But I was always impressed with their student body because they had one guy that was head of like their student section, and he would go and he would take the time to do research on Facebook. So whoever was coming in, he would look up like player's sister. And some of the comments, they were creative, but I could see how they would have an effect. So you don't go to those links too.
No. I mean, the worst like somebody's appearance was I called him a Teletubby, but it was like that's really not as bad, you know. It's just like a
Teletubby.
Yeah, that's all. I said a couple things, then I added Teletubby at the end. So
Teletubby. Yeah, I don't know if you maybe that just makes them scratch their head.
Yeah, like what is he talking about? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Teletubby. Well, we'll talk about that off the air because I got to know more about that story. But the North Texas game, you guys stepped up in something that you didn't shoot it well from the outside, and that's not traditionally what you guys do. You will spot up every now and then.
Yeah, I try to get better. Yeah.
But 3 of 17 from the outside just wouldn't fall. but the points in the paint, the free throw shooting, I thought the defense was tremendous. Chris, take us through what you guys needed to do on both ends of the floor in that task of taking down North Texas.
Most definitely take the fight towards them. Don't let them take it to, don't let them come to us with it. Most definitely take it towards them at every play, every possession. We got to take it towards them because we knew that was a hard team to beat. So we knew we was going to have to take it to them every single time. We just really was just trying to go out there and just play our game. We weren't trying to force nothing, just do stuff that we know we could do to win. Just listen to AK, and just go out there and play our game.
Yax, same?
Yeah, in North Texas, their defense is really help-oriented. So, that's why it was just so easy for us to get more threes up. But, obviously when that doesn't fall, it just happens to, change the game plan up a little bit, get in the paint, do what we can. And, the way they play, it's really hard to get your rhythm going. Like you said, I started off really bad trying to score the ball and then just ended up flowing the way we changed the pace of play pretty much. So, yeah. But I do want to give a shout-out to the student section because that was I feel like that was the most attendance we've had. And
it was loud in there.
It definitely played a big part in that win and helped us get the energy that we needed.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, and you guys, you feed off of that energy that's there, and when it's a big game. And I thought, especially in the second half, when you guys maybe needed that extra surge, the crowd certainly doing their part. I do want to ask you, Yax, are you keeping up? This is a tough question to ask you, and it's probably unfair, but I'm going to ask it because we're friends. Double. Are you keeping track how close you are? Are you glancing at the scoreboard at all?
Yeah, I do glance at the scoreboard.
Thank you for being honest. I feel bad for asking the question, but I knew that you'd be honest.
I do it sometimes. Earlier in the season, it was I didn't care. We just want to win. But then now it's now I have to keep reputation going. So it's I do try to get to at least 10 every time now. Yeah.
Here's an even tougher question for your bestie. Chris, are you looking at Yax's stats to see if he needs maybe one more to put him over the hump to get a double-double so you can feed your friend?
Most definitely. Why would I not?
Y'all are so good. They're so good together.
Most definitely.
Did you know that Yax does impersonations? So the first time that he joined us here on the Inferno podcast, he did the Joker. He let us know that if he was not going to be a basketball player, if he had to choose another profession, it would be acting. Yeah, a bit of a thespian, if you will. He does the Joker impersonation, and I bragged on you, and you're spot on. Do you have any other impersonations you want to break out here? This is your platform.
I don't think I came prepared for this one. The Joker one was just engraved in my brain from Halloween. I was saying it all around. Yeah.
You want to do it again? You want to do it one more time?
Chris?
Chris, you want to help him out here?
Chris, you heard it 1,000 times. I feel like you can try it too.
I don't know it.
You need
that Joker?
Yeah, you need a refresh. Remember, Halloween, we was at the Hill Center, and I got smacking my lips. I was like, "You want to know how I got these scars? Come on, I was grabbing you, pulling you closer, saying it.
I think I know what you're saying.
Come on, let's get something."
I can't do it.
Please stand by. You're watching the Inferno podcast as these two prepare. They go through their process. Ready? I feel like we're ready now.
I think I'm ready.
Come on, Chris. Let's do it.
No, we're ready for you. It's your turn.
You got to smack the lips. That's the only part of the impersonation I got. You smack the lips, and then you go. You go, Joe. Yeah, do it first. Do it first. Show him.
Bro, you gotta do it.
Come on.
That's your impersonation.
Okay, so you got to start off. Okay, hold on.
Quiet on the set.
I got to lock in.
Everybody focus.
You want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one day he looked at my mom and he said, "Why so serious?"
That was, you know what? You didn't even finish it, but that was amazing. I was closing my eyes, and I'm like, "Wow, that's Joaquin right there." Doing it. That was perfect. So Chris, Chris, you didn't even know that. You guys are best friends, and you were just. I saw you. You were a little bit in awe. You were a prisoner of the moment right there.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, that was tough.
Go ahead, bro. It's your turn. No. Don't you got Lil Boosie or something? Yeah, Lil Boosie.
Little Boosie?
Yeah, the Boosie cuts too much.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind.
Don't lead your friend into doing bad things.
Yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. That's on me.
Okay, back to basketball. We are now at this point. We are 11 games in. To win this podcast airs, we'll be 11 games in to the conference schedule. Got a big one coming up on Sunday, the Bartow Classic. You guys are going to host South Florida. Are you guys following the mantra of your coach? Is it just game by game, or it would be kind of hard not to look at the last few games of the schedule, knowing that you have the conference tournament, seeding is on the line? How much of that are you thinking about as a player?
The seeding is definitely one of the top priorities right now. We want to try to make sure that we get into the top 4 so we can get that extra day off before the conference tournament. And obviously, we would love to win the regular season championship. And that definitely is going to take a lot of hard work to get to that, because we have to beat out Memphis, for the number 1 spot, rightfully so. And hopefully, we can continue playing the way we play and get a little better like we did last year and try to ride that wave out into the conference championship.
What about you, Christian?
Kind of what Yak said, basically. We just trying to get that double bye. Because if we get that double bye, we can, refresh our minds, really go through scout, really see what they do bad, what they do good, and just really just go out there and just play hard and just make a big run like we did last year and try to get to the tournament.
Axel Lindborg, Christian Coleman, our lightning round. It's going to be your first lightning round, right? Did you prepare your friend?
No.
Okay.
I forgot that.
We'll do it next. The Inferno podcast continues.
The if in life, it's a world of possibilities. If you go for a night out with friends, if you can keep an eye on your money along the way, if you know you have overdraft protection with no fee transfers from savings, when you get a low balance alert, it's easier to say yes to fun. If that sounds good, try Regions Life Banking.
Stay ready for the if in life. Regions Bank embrace the if in life.
Favorite portion of the show every week here on the Inferno podcast. My name's Landrum Roberts, by the way. Yaxel Lindeborg and also Christian Coleman, a.k.a. Chris. Yax, a.k.a. the Joker. It is time for the lightning round. Lightning round, there's really no wrong answers, but there are answers that you could get laughed at in the way that you answer. No pressure. Everybody ready to go? Who are the top 5 NBA franchises that have won the most NBA championships?
The Lakers.
Okay, get into the microphone.
The Lakers, the Celtics, hold on. Is it the Heat one?
No.
Hey, hold on.
Think
Bulls.
about that dynasty they had. You had Bulls, all right, so you guys have 3 of the 5.
The Spurs?
Shoulder.
Yep.
Talk to me.
And I don't know how you guys have missed this final one.
Sixers?
No, it was a dynasty from just a few years ago. They had everybody.
Oh, the Warriors.
Warriors.
Oh, my God.
We're going to give them credit for that.
Wow.
That was our
Yeah,
first one?
That's the first one. You guys are on the scoring column. We continue with basketball questions. Who are the only 2 MVPs in NBA history to fall 1 vote shy of a unanimous MVP?
Kobe Bryant.
1 vote shy? I feel like one has to be Michael Jordan.
You would think so.
It's not.
Him being the GOAT.
Yeah.
Can we just stop there? Michael Jordan, the GOAT?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Most definitely.
Would you... that's a whole nother show we're going to get into. Preach that to your younger brethren out there. MJ was the man.
Yeah.
He still is the man. All right. It is not either one of those 2.
Okay.
One guy that played with Kobe.
Shaq.
Yeah, he DJs a little bit now.
He does?
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah. Diesel. DJ Diesel.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah. That would be.
And then the other would be the, not even the baby GOAT. He would be.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have said LeBron.
That too.
I thought it was going to be MJ for sure. Dang.
You would think so. But no, that was not it. Well, these guys were 1 vote shy of unanimous MVP. I feel like MJ would have just been unanimous.
Yeah. That is very true, yeah.
Here's some personal questions. Christian, early bird, or do you like to stay up late?
I didn't even go to sleep last night.
You didn't go to sleep last night. Why? I don't even. You were studying.
Yeah, I was.
Studying hard.
Yep.
Yax, did you sleep last night?
Yeah, I went to around like 3 or 4. Yeah.
What?
3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
Sleep
I was
either
playing
day.
a game.
But y'all are playing a game.
Yeah. 2K.
Okay. If you mess up the thumb, we've had pitchers in Major League Baseball.
Yeah. Hey. I actually used to play baseball.
playing Fortnite,
I think I'll be right.
and hadn't been able to pitch. David Price talking to you. Yeah, that happened.
Really?
What would AK's reaction be? Coach, I can't go today. My thumb's hurting because I was playing video games all
Probably
night.
call me soft and force
He
me to
would.
play. Yeah,
Definitely gonna say
for sure. Yeah,
Definitely going to say
and
so.
a lot of other things, but yeah.
All right. Cook or take out?
Take out.
I'm probably gonna take out too.
When you got food poisoning, did you cook for yourself?
No, I got wings.
Don't say where you got them. Most hated chore. What's the most hated thing you hate doing around your apartment where you live?
Washing dishes. For sure.
Wash it. That's the number one answer. We're getting washing dishes.
Yes, I'll do everything else but wash dishes.
Wash dishes.
It's just nasty. Like, it doesn't feel right. You know, that's what
I hate washing.
That's my point.
Do you have a dishwasher?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how
So
to
you
use it.
pre-rinse? You don't know how to use it?
No.
either.
I mean, obviously, it just makes sense. I just put it in and it's gonna wash.
Well,
No.
yeah, kind of. They have pods, and then they have a powder that you can pour in to the dishwasher. Normally, you just go normal wash and you close it.
So it's basically like washing clothes.
Yeah, they make it pretty simple for us guys.
I think I just haven't tried it, to be honest. I see it and I'm just like, I don't want to use this.
Okay.
Something like that.
But washing, you have a dishwasher?
Yeah, but I don't use it.
You don't use it?
I used to, but it don't.
Do you just use
clean.
paper plates? Is that what you do? Do you let the dishes pile up in the sink?
I don't really use. I eat out because I don't want to wash dishes.
So you don't want to wash dishes?
Yeah,
so
I
you
eat out. I always want to
So
wash
true.
dishes.
That is so
I think the next time, maybe towards the end of the year, we'll go through some of this stuff, and I can give you some helpful guy advice on how to perform these chores where they're not so taxing.
Okay, that's cool with me.
Favorite family memory for you, Christian?
Definitely my mom.
Yeah.
100%.
Amen.
Definitely my mom.
Yep. What about you?
Same. Mama's boy for sure.
Yeah, I think that's three of us. That's good to hear. All right. Not going to go there. Would you rather have a high scoring or defensive battle? Do you want to have a shootout, or would you rather have what we got versus North Texas the other night? Let's just say you win the game. Would you rather it be a lower scoring game or a game that's played in the 80s, the 90s?
Game in the 80s or 90s.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. The defensive battle's thrilling and all, but a lot of scoring is kind of fun. To be honest.
I imagine it is.
Yeah.
Triple doubles and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Still trying to get my first one, man. I'm trying.
Are you trying? I feel like you got a triple double coming. You guys are going to help him get the triple double, right?
I didn't get it because of Chris. I didn't finish my layups.
See, I started scratching my head because I knew he was gonna break it up.
All right, let's get it out. Let's clear it right now.
Okay.
We can't leave here. We can't leave here mad at each other.
No, yeah, I'm very mad at him. Him and Tony.
So how did that happen?
Hope he's ready to watch.
Take it from your standpoint. What happened?
Let's see. I was 8 assists.
Yeah.
I gave Chris the ball for a layup. Somehow, I guess the ball slipped out of his hand and he missed the layup or something.
Nah,
like that.
tell her what you called me.
What?
Tell her what you called
No,
me.
we can't do that right now.
What did you clean it up for us? What did you call your friend?
Tell her.
Well, basically, I just said he had butterfingers, and then I'm saying, sometimes I say that they go for the layup with their eyes closed, and I'm just trying to tell them to open their eyes and him to stop eating popcorn because I don't know, it's something going on. And then Tony, I hope he's gonna watch. I'm very mad at him because North Texas game, I had a chance to break Coach AJ's record for these assists.
Yeah.
And all I needed was those 2 assists that Tony ended up missing at the beginning of the game. And we already talked about that, Tony. But yeah, Chris and Tony are my least favorite teammates as of right now.
We're gonna give you a chance to respond.
Ain't even got nothing to say, bro. I'm gonna let them have it because I missed the triple double, so I'm gonna let them have it.
You okay? Butterfingers.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them have it. I'll take it.
Was there a reason why your fingers were particularly slippery?
No.
When you screwed up Yax's triple double?
Sometimes I just don't be anticipating the pass. I don't be anticipating it. And I'll drop the ball or something. Or I'll be thinking about scoring before I even catch the ball. So I'll take it.
You always got to be ready. See there? See there? Yep, that's training on the fly. It's training on the fly.
That would have been funny if you dropped that.
No, it wouldn't have.
would've
Then
been
he'd have
funny.
been mad. Favorite sport to go and watch in person? Besides basketball. You can't use basketball.
Oddly enough, soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah, me and my teammates from JUCO used to always watch the soccer games. It was kind of cool.
Okay.
I'd say probably football.
Football.
I'm from down south, Louisiana, so if it ain't basketball, it's football.
That's football.
Yeah.
For sure. Favorite athlete? All time or current? Doesn't matter.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe. Solid.
All time, Michael Jordan. Current, Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Yeah, current, Kyrie.
What league?
Anthony Edwards.
Okay. What league has the most passion? Sports league, professional sports league. You see the most passion, whether it's from the fans, whether it's from the players.
Most passion? Probably soccer fans have the most passion. I don't know if you see all the stuff that goes on in there. Or overseas league basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen those clips? It's insane.
Overseas people are overseas fans are crazy.
Yeah. That's what I'm.
They do horrible things to each other.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Like,
soccer fans especially.
Do you have any examples?
Oh yeah, you've had people that have been killed.
Oh, in the
run over by cars.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that stuff happens.
Wow. Okay. I don't know about that.
Yeah, they're passionate.
I just see them dancing and stuff, Do
okay.
A couple of crazy things, so.
I definitely got to go with basketball.
Basketball?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't watch soccer, so.
World Cup. You need to watch World Cup.
Yeah.
We'll all watch together, and we'll all be clueless.
Okay. He said we'll all be clueless.
The clock goes, and then the whole extra time and the injury time. And I know that you guys, you're guilty as basketball players with the flops and things, but the drama with the soccer players and the falling down and, oh my gosh, amputate it. And then they spray it with a magical spray, and then they're back, and all of a sudden they're scoring goals again.
I thought it was just to get extra time because they're tired,
Mm-hmm.
You can't really blame them. They run around for 2 hours.
What's your ideal Valentine's Day get together with your significant other? Or what would you like for Valentine's?
What would I like as a gift?
Well, we go either way.
Okay, my ideal Valentine's Day date has to start in the morning, go to breakfast, boom, come home, relax, you know what I'm saying, get to think about what you're going to do for the rest of the day. Maybe if I'm feeling up to it, go for a little lunch day just to walk around, get some ice cream or something, something like that. I would love to end it off with going for dinner, right? And then, you know how like they do in the movies where they walk and just talk and stuff like that, maybe get a little scenic area.
You're going rom-com here.
Yeah, of course, I think, did we talk about the movie thing last time we were here?
We might have.
Love don't cost a thing, that every time that they end up a date, they just walk off into the sunset, stuff like that. It's just really high vibes right there, so something like that. That would be cool.
Oh, you're coming from a very thoughtful, that's the softer side of Yaks. Yeah. What about you, Chris? What do you want Yaks to do for you for Valentine's? Since you guys are besties. I'm just kidding. What are you going to do for Valentine's? What's your idea of Valentine's?
I'll probably wake up by 11.
Well, because you went to sleep at 4.
Yeah,
or didn't go to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'll probably wake up by 11 or 12. Probably go get some ice cream or something. Then, what else I could probably do? I really just be chilling. Like, I don't know.
Movie?
Yeah, I do that later on. I'm saying like
escape room. Escape room's fun. You guys know the escape room? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't make it.
Like through the day, I wouldn't know what I'd do. Like, but at nighttime, I
I feel like that'd be good team building, especially you two in an escape room.
I don't know if we'll make it out, to be honest. I don't know if we've got critical thinking. Have you done one, boy?
Yeah.
Did you make it out?
Me and Tony did. Yeah.
You made it out.
Yeah, you guys made it out.
Was that an easy one?
You seen it on Instagram?
Was that an easy one or a hard one?
What was the theme of the room?
It really wasn't.
What was the theme of the room, Chris? Do you remember the theme?
I really don't. I ain't gonna lie.
It wasn't a serial killing clown, was it?
No, it was.
Because we did that when we didn't get out. Me and my wife, we couldn't get out of it.
Scary.
I think it was some. I forgot. I can't think of what it was. I don't remember.
Submarine, Clue, kidnapped. Kidnapped?
I think it was kidnapped.
Did you start in handcuffs? Chained to the wall?
They had us something like that.
Yeah, we did that one too.
Yeah.
And I'll admit we didn't get out of that one either.
Yeah, me and Tony got out of them.
Did you?
Yeah, we got out.
Well, I got out of the handcuffs, but we just couldn't get out of the room before the time expired. It was one more clue that we needed.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I always enjoy this.
This is great. Keep winning. Let's keep winning.
Yeah, for sure.
And then coming up Sunday, we want to remind fans it's the Bartow Classic, hosting South Florida, 3 o'clock to tip, and $2 of every ticket sold. That's going to go to the Gene Bartow Fund for Cancer Research, a very worthy cause Christian Coleman, Yaxel Lindeborg, the Joker. You be working on your impersonation the next time you come on the podcast. Guys, we appreciate what you do for the green and gold. Let's keep winning, and let's eye another championship.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Two fine student athletes for Andy Kennedy and the men's basketball program. Christian Coleman, Yaxel Lindeborg. The Inferno podcast continues. That's going to do it for episode 25 of the Inferno podcast. We appreciate UAB Athletics Director Mark Ingram for stopping by, men's basketball coach Andy Kennedy, and our two student athletes of the week, Yaxel Lindeborg and Christian Coleman. As always, you can find comprehensive schedules for all UAB sports, both men's and women's, and the latest news at UABsports.com. Appreciate all of you viewing, listening to us. It's the Inferno podcast. This is the Inferno Podcast, the official podcast of UAB Athletics. Blazer fans, this is the place each week to get an inside look into UAB Athletics. This episode of the Inferno Podcast is brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and Pearl River Resort.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.